your stuff.
In 5, 4.
All right, it's a good one. Let's not dawdle. Good evening. It's Jay Ryan here. Hello, Lauren. Hello to you at home. Excuse me. Late Night Playset is the show. You're here. Thanks for clicking on us. Please like the bell, hit the bell, ring the bell, whatever you're supposed to do with the bell. Clang the bell. Tell your friends about the bell. I don't know. But thank you for being here. We have got a good one for you tonight. Our guest, Reggie Watts, is en route. He is stuck in traffic, but he's only a few minutes away. So we're going to start with some stuff over at the desk. Some stuff I've been meaning to do, some spring cleaning. We're going to clean out the desk in the meantime. So stay tuned for that. Find out what the hell is over there. And Reggie Watts will be here to talk cars, to talk comedy, and to talk life after Late Late Show. This will be his first visit since the Late Late Show with James Corden is wrapped. A week or so ago, something like that. So should be good. Also, for the people who watch just for this very reason, luckily, she's here. She's under light. She's very pretty. It's Nicole, the new life of old Nicole. And what else do we have? You're the window cam, the window peeper cam, the Instagram window cam is here. And then all the way up in Canada is Mike. Hi, Mike.
Something much less pretty.
The contrast is alarming, but that's not either one of your whatever. You look great. You're wearing a polo. Is that a polo shirt? No, it's just a short sleeve button down.
It's a button up. It's very warm here today.
Oh, that's interesting. Down here we button them down, and in Canada they button them up. Do you start at the bottom?
Personally, I start at the top.
Oh, so you do button it down like the rest of us.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. But you put your pants on one leg at a time, and that's the important part. Thanks for being here, buddy. Will, kick us off. Kevin, you gonna buy a beamer? Button I forgot to press. Good evening. Hi, everybody. Hello to you at home. Welcome. It is Tuesday, May 9th, 2023. And how are you doing? Nice to see you. I'm happy to be back. You don't know that I was in here yesterday to do all of this for something else, and we didn't end up having to do it. So I feel like I'm double prepared for this, even though it was different content. The studio's been set up twice.
I'm sure I heard musings.
You heard musings?
Whatever was happening out here.
Oh, I see. Was it amusing?
I don't trust my words anymore, but musings is a word that's real.
Yeah, no, it is. It is. It's a real word, sure. It's a very real word. Good for you.
I never know anymore.
Our guest this evening is Reggie Watts. He'll be here in a few minutes. He sent me a geotag so we could track him lifetime, but we don't need to do that. I don't think there's plenty of stuff to do. I have got a pile of stuff back here that we have been needing to get through for a while. It's just, I don't know. There we go. And whatever. And I think we'll do that in the meantime.
Okay.
You didn't get it out of the way. And then also, let's see. Huge thanks to Porsche Santa Clarita and everyone who came out to the Good Vibes Breakfast Club at Porsche Santa Clarita, Cars and Coffee. Huge turnout. Huge. It was huge. Sorry. But it was huge. There were, I don't know how many people. Somebody said thousands. That sounds crazy to me, but that feels possible.
I read that too, and I did the same thing. It's like, really?
Everywhere I looked was crowded. It was not our normal jam. It was not normally a Breakfast Clubbers type jam either.
Everyone that came inside told me how busy it was outside.
Yeah. And then most of the Breakfast Club, this is a funny thing about Breakfast Clubbers, they don't want to be locked in until 11 or whatever. So the majority of them parked outside, all around outside in that, whatever that chaos. They didn't come park in the Wonderground like they could have. But it was, what was in the Wonderground was really, really cool. There was some really, really great cars. So thanks to everybody who came out, participated. I don't know when we'll do another one. I am worn out between San Fran the week before and then this one at the Santa Clarita this week. I feel like people are sick of Good Vibes. All right, let's be angry for a little bit. Fuck you. I hope not really. But I know I'm tired of pushing Good Vibes, so you won't hear from me about Good Vibes for a while, except for our normal Fridays thing. Back to your regularly scheduled programming on Good Vibes. See you Friday. Oh, and not quite the regularly scheduled programming. It's like we're back to our weird Olympic schedule or whatever, because the mountain is still closed. We still have to meet on the other side of the mountain on Angeles Forest Highway up at Mill Creek Summit, but it's been great so far. Last week was cold. I shouldn't say that. It's been great so far until last week. It was so cold. It had rained the day before and snowed the day before, about 25 feet higher than where we were. And the wind of being at the summit, the wind's coming up over the mountain and down the other side.
It was chilly.
And then it was perfectly comfortable at the bottom. Oh, well.
Such as Breakfast Club.
Yeah, that is. That's the adventure. You never know what you're going to get. That was one of the reasons we started going up there, to get out of the grind and the din of the city.
Right.
Rise above it, literally. I mean, figuratively, but literally as well, a mile high above it. And the road trip. Road trip is happening. Road trip is real. Road trip is official? What else can I say? We are going to Florida. We're going to do a road trip and going to Florida in a couple weeks. Really, it's sneaking up on us because it's like 10 days from tomorrow. So it's very, very quick. More to come on that on the show. We'll be talking about it. We're going to be making some stops along the way. Trying to align some Porsche dealerships if possible as well. I know, Brian, I got to get back to you, but I know you reached out about South Orlando. Somebody else reached out about Jacksonville as well because of the Brumos connection, obviously. And actually, it might have been Mark Permonic because he lives over there as well. There's the P-Car Talk guys. Like, there may be too much stuff to do. We don't normally leave our little studio, Normally, you come to us.
World.
Yeah. So whatever, that's happening. More to come on that, but it is real. It is happening in a couple of weeks, and some exciting stuff being paralleled with it. Got some confirmation is not the right word, but I talked to somebody good today to help something else along the way that will hit on the journey, and I think you'll all like it. I'm sorry to be coy now, Dons, but I think you'll all like it. Shout out to Don Giller, who I think he had a tooth. He's always got a tooth thing. Something's going on with his tooth, and I hope you feel better, buddy. Shout out to Don Giller. With that, let's check in with Canada, by the way, and our friend in his button-up down shirt. Hi, buddy.
Hey, everybody.
I like that you're leaning into the Paul Schaefer of it all. I feel like the shirt now, like we're getting in. The desk's high now. I see it. The boom arm is in. I really am starting to get it.
Well, it feels good. I'm actually a little flustered right now because I've been working all day. There's a cable provider up here that's going to be airing the Letterman podcast, so I've been uploading those to them, and I was an hour behind because I'm recording a very special episode tonight. I got to leave here around 6:30 tonight because I'm jumping into record an episode of the Letterman podcast. I'm very sad I'm going to miss some of Reggie. This is a great show. I can't wait to see him tonight.
Well, no, we'll be wrapped up by 6:30. You won't miss anything.
All right.
We'll be done.
Well, fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I feel like that was your way to plug an exciting evening, and I'm very happy for you. I know who you have on. You're probably not going to say it for a bit, right?
Oh, no. I'll tell everybody. I'm talking to Robert Morton tonight.
Morty.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah. That's
Very
going to be a lot of
cool.
fun.
That's awesome, man. I think I can't wait to see what happens. I can't wait to see how it goes. I can't wait to see what happens after, and I can't wait to see what conversation and where you go with it. What conversation you have
Absolutely,
and where
but
you go with it.
do we have time to do a little business? Reggie's not there right now.
Yeah, I got to clean out the desk, but go ahead, say whatever you need to say.
I got to ask Nicole. I got to do a little bit of prep because I didn't realize the Carter Bays connection and the How I Met Your Mother connection with Nicole. I got Craig Thomas coming on next week, and I would really like to ask him about Nicole and the connection there with that show.
Go
ahead.
I don't know who knows what,
Right.
so that's
Okay.
what I've heard.
What's what you've heard?
That character is based on.
Oh, is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, but regardless, you worked with Jason, and I mean, regardless, there's all
Yes.
sorts of stories, I'm sure. Maybe not just that particular one.
Right. Ask away.
Anything in
All right.
particular you want to know, buddy?
The character itself. So there was a character in the show named after you.
That's what we have been told by her old client and one of the cast members of the show. That it was based after, right? And the character was
Based on.
Yeah.
I used to tell Phil Lord stories about college and Robin and my last name, Shabatsky. So that's what I heard.
Cool.
I mean, it would be a hell of a coincidence if not.
I'm
She even looked the same
way
type of
more
you.
modest than I thought.
Uh,
But yeah.
All right. Well, I can't wait to ask him about it.
do. Yeah,
Yeah.
and then for Morty, gosh, I mean, I can't even imagine where you're going to go with Morty.
I got lots of prep. For Morty, but at the end of the day, I also want to just have a conversation with him to talk about life now, and reflection and things like that too. So I mean, I'm certain, like, we got a big card full, but I'm certain we're not going to get to it all.
He's a very well-respected realtor here in Los Angeles, working
Yeah.
for a very big company. Look at all this crap. All right, Jesus Christ. All right.
Holy
so
cow.
There's no particular order here, but I got to get through this before Reggie gets here. Thanks to, I think his name was Victor. Victor at the coffee bar at Loma Mar Market and Store. He's from Pescadero, California, and he was either selling or giving out these hats. I believe he was selling them, and he wanted you to have one. So he went back and got one for you and brought it over. So thanks to Victor. I think it was Victor. I'm almost positive it was Victor. This we'll get into more as the time goes by, but the catalog for the big auction arrived. Oh, wow, there you go. Right to our page here. If anybody doesn't know what I'm talking about, a lot of stuff that we're interested in will be auctioned off here in a month or two. Or, excuse me, in a couple weeks, actually, next month. All right. More on that later, but we got the big phone book. I was talking to somebody about this today, and they thought it was just the Letterman stuff. They didn't realize I mentioned a few of the other bigs,
Oh,
like the
there's
Cheers bar
so
and
much.
the Tonight Show set, and the bunker household, and the genie bottle, and the genie outfit, and the Star Trek outfit. I mean, there's so much stuff.
So much stuff.
Stuff from the SS Minnow, and here's the MASH sign, from MASH, where it's Burbank, Boston, Tokyo, San Francisco, Honolulu. Ugh. So much stuff. So when I relayed some of that information. He's like, "Oh, I got to dive a little bit deeper." I was like, "Buddy, you don't understand. Your childhood's in there. You're gonna want something."
There's so much stuff. I'm always surprised at what pops up.
These were the, oh no, that's our stuff. That stuff. Well, GVBC merch is available from Dual Shift. Excuse me. It is lifestyle gear. Lifestyle wearables. It is not merch, lest you be confused. Easy shirts from San Francisco. No, yeah, that's right. San Francisco. I can't remember the guy's name, but thank you so much for Easy. It's one of the longest going meets around, let alone up there. And it's very laid back and chill, sort of like GVBC, in that they kind of make coffee and it's an open house. Whoever comes, comes. Whoever enjoys, enjoys. Whoever not, nobody's missed. All's well.
Cool.
Limited. There's only a few left. I don't even know if there are any left. But there's this one. There's this one, because I'm going to give it back to David. San Francisco. Yeah. Everything else is LA. San Francisco. Limited stuff. He only made a few, and they almost sold out. So hit the Dual Shift website. I believe there's a few left. Or see David at Breakfast Club in person. He usually has them in his trunk. This is more of the same. This must be yours, so we'll throw those in the wash. We'll get that going. Some of these things are staying here. Oh, look at this. Speaking of Dual Shift, ta-da! There's a new Dual Shift shirt. Nice shop shirt. Classic white tee available from Dual Shift. It's the shirt show night. Oh, this was cool. Oh, all right. This is separate. Okay. The new Avants showed up, and that's always a fun thing. There's always stickers and stuff. Whoops-a-daisy. Today, this time it arrived with, Jay Ryan, sorry your shirt took so long. Thank you for being awesome, from Chrissy at Avants. And that sounded lovely, but I didn't order a shirt, so I didn't know what she was talking about. Apparently, when you join Avants, you get, slippery little sucker, you get a membership shirt. So it's not just a shirt with Avants and whatever the heck. It's got your membership thing here. Gosh darn it. I got to wash it so it's not so. Charter member and then my number, like, cool, of the membership. Isn't that kind of wild? It's like a personal, nobody else has this shirt. Everyone has their own number.
It looks soft. Is it soft?
It's so soft, I couldn't hold on to it. Hello? Hi, Jay Ryan. This is Jay Ryan? Come on in, buddy. Okay. Oh, here it is. Sticker. Avants. Anyway, that Jacob at Avants, he's all right. And Christy, too. Thank you, Chrissy. They came on the scene out of nowhere. Didn't know anything about them, that they were coming or anything, and then they were here and they accepted it. You know what I mean? They kind of asked, whatever the heck. It's been awesome. We did that trivia night. Very fun. We're doing another one. It's coming up. Don't have a date, but it's coming up. Oh, look, another shirt. Great. Oh, wait, this is, all right, you already know what this stuff is. More Dual Shift stuff. 111 shirt. Ooh, I don't know if there's any of these left. You'll have to check the website on that one. But you can always have this one. If there are none left, we'll give this one away on the prize wheel, which we're going to do maybe Thursday. A couple photos. I love Instamatic. No, photogram.
Polaroid.
God damn it. That's right. It's been so long. But I like when people take Polaroids and leave them on the cars. I think that's a cool thing. It's nice to have something tangible.
Yeah.
And the wall is getting littered with the ones people have taken of our cars. So it'll be even more in a minute. Mug from the Lomamar Market. Lomamar store and kitchen. Excuse me. God damn. They used to, you used to have to be qualified to get a show like this. You didn't used to be able to just do them yourself from home. You used to have to be really good and then get somebody to fund you, and then you get the job, and then all of a sudden it's great. You didn't used to just be able to do it yourself. But the good news is we got all that out of the way. Oh, hey, how's it going? What's happening?
Not much. How are you doing?
I'm all right.
Are you streaming?
Yeah.
Nice.
You want to come in, or you want restroom? You want to
No,
do that thing you asked about first?
Yeah, well, I can do that.
You want to do it in here?
Yeah, we can do it in here. It's fine. It's legal.
It is legal.
Oh, look, your switcher's working.
Yeah, look. Oh, was it not working? Oh, no, I can't remember.
You're like, it's not working. And you were just kind of making the best of it.
Was I able to keep it with you, though, and be cool about it?
Yes.
Oh,
you
good.
were.
Hey, you.
Sometimes not so
Been
much.
forever.
Yeah.
Make yourself
Oh,
home
yeah,
here.
thank
Get
you.
the other thing.
Thank you so much for allowing me to be home. Currently, right now, 76 degrees here in Los Angeles. Skate parks are now all open. So, skaters, go for it. Go for it, skaters. What is the... Oh, yeah. Here we go.
Back, mister.
Thanks. It feels good to be back.
What is your life like nowadays?
It's super easy. No, just kidding. No, it's.
I imagine you're working
It's
more
so
than ever.
hard. It was hard before. No, yeah. I mean, I am. Let me do this. This is live. Yeah, we'll do a little bit of live so that people know what the flork is going on. Where do they log in for this?
Porsche Life 111.
Just Porsche Life.
Yeah.
111.
If they're on Instagram, otherwise YouTube and Facebook is where
Oh,
it's
that's
at.
right. YouTube and
That's
Facebook.
Where it's at.
Okay.
That's where the real
YouTube.
show is.
Oh, that's the real show. Okay.
Well, you know what I mean. All the cameras and where we're.
Oh, yeah.
What we're actually making is there.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
The Instagram is just sort of these peepers in the window over there. They just sort of look in
I
through the
see.
window.
I see. They're just kind of like
The voyeurs of Instagram.
the voyeurs. Oh, look at that. You've got I don't know what that is, but it's fancy.
We were cleaning out the desk. What are you talking
That's
about?
so cool. Whatever that is. It's fancy. It's very 50s looking.
Yeah, I broke it since you were here last, unfortunately.
why'd
but
you
I haven't
do it?
gotten
Why'd
another one yet.
Did
so.
you do it on purpose or?
Yeah, totally.
You did. Okay.
I smoked a lot of weed, and I got so raging pissed that I started breaking shit.
Oh my god.
Said no one ever.
Oh my god. Nicole's just like, no.
You've been gone a while.
Yeah, I have been gone a little while, right? Like what?
Yeah.
Like at least 2 months?
We gave you some space while your life got pretty crazy, buddy.
I did. My life got kind of crazy. Yeah, it was a trip.
So, late show's over. Your life seems to be more busy than ever, according to social media, anyway. And,
Yeah.
How's it going?
It's going all right. You know, I just got back. In case you guys are wondering, I'm on Porsche Life 111, which apparently is just the voyeur version of the show that I'm doing. But it's and it's not. You don't call it late night playset, do you?
Cars and comedy.
Yeah, but why does it still say that on the screen?
Because this is the late night playset, and there's a bigger thing where it'll be back. It'll be that. Will
This is
still
a show within the umbrella.
Yeah.
Corporation.
I hate to say that shit.
Okay,
but
all
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Well, anyways, if you guys are on here, go to Porsche Life 111, and we're currently streaming. Or you can go to, was it YouTube?
Porsche Life 111 on YouTube.
Porsche Life, one word, 111 on YouTube. The reason why it's 111E is because of this little car, 111. This is an exact replica of the Ryan's yellow 111 car. So, yeah, Porsche Life 111 here on Instagram and on YouTube. So check it out. I'll leave this up a little bit. And just so you have context, here we go. I'm just going to show you. Here we go. This is who I'm looking at right now.
Hi. Reggie's friends.
This is Ryan and
Hi,
Nicole.
Reggie's friends.
They're amazing, and they have an incredible show that I'm on right now. And this is the screen. There's another duplicate screen. It's branded. This is a very professional outfit. Everything's branded. It's super professional.
Our dining room.
Yeah, totally. It's their dining room. I mean, their dining room, not mine. But it feels like mine because that's how, homey they make you feel. So I'm just like, oh, this is my house. I guess I better go to bed. Wait a minute, that's not my bedroom. Anyways, but I found this. I don't know what this does, but I'm going to try it out.
See if it works.
Yeah. Anyways. Yeah, life's been crazy, but I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. I can't feel anything. I'm like numb.
You always kind of said it was sort of a magical job anyway, because your life didn't change as much as you thought it might in the first place, right? You kind of, it just became something you had to do a few days a week.
Yeah, I mean, it's like with any job, you get used to it, and it becomes this kind of cyclical existence, and it's amazing. It's cool. Really, the thing that I look forward to the people. Actually, every time the band. That's who I look forward to.
Right
The
on.
band. Like we always like we just have a great time together when we were chatting behind the scenes because I really like that haircut. You look great.
Thanks.
Yeah.
It's growing out. She's
Yeah.
going to do it again.
It's
Yes,
so
it's
good.
Like, it was almost buzzed. She looked like
Really?
Gozer. Yeah.
Oh, sick.
Yeah.
Or multipass. No, not multipass.
Yeah, a little
no, not
bit,
multipass.
but not quite,
No, who am I
'cause it
thinking
was
of?
more
Oh,
spiky.
V for Vendetta
Oh, yeah. Is that the one?
with Natalie Portman.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
one of my favorite movies. It was great. Yeah.
It's got the mask, right? It's
Yeah, with the dude. I forgot who
Mischief.
plays it. It's I forgot who played it. Guys, who played
Weaving.
V for Vendetta, the actor? Can you guys?
Hugo
help?
Weaving.
Hugo Weaving.
Oh yeah. That's right, because he's always like, going in and out of stuff. Oh, here we go again. Weaving. Whoa, dream weaving.
I love Dreamweaver.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't get.
But I can't think of another band by them. Another song by them.
No.
I can't even talk
No.
now. You're passing this
Have
around.
you ever had marijuana?
We did it on the show for the first time just a couple weeks ago.
Are you serious?
Yeah,
Oh,
like,
you never used to.
No, on the show. Well,
I
yeah.
know, but on the show. That's what I
Yeah,
mean.
no. Well, I guess we're doing it regularly.
Oh, you're
now,
doing
yeah.
it regularly, guys. They're it's not marijuana. It's just Mullen.
It's really her medicine. I mean, she's
Yeah.
allowing us to share her medicine.
That's true. Thank you for sharing.
You're so welcome. Thanks for joining me.
Yeah, of course. Any time.
I think I'm allergic to it. It's making me itch. Breaking out in hives.
Oh, guys, just so you know, Hannah Einbinder just posted on Be Real.
From
So I know that's important to a lot of guys. So they're just like, what? What's Hannah Einbinder doing? And it's like, well, she just posted on Be Real.
See,
So there
we're
you go.
having this, and you're talking about Be Real, and I think of, hello, my name is Dr. Greenthumb. Hello.
Who's that?
It's Be Real from Cypress Hill.
Oh, Be Real. Yeah. That's
Wait, is his name Briel? It's
no,
not Be Real?
no,
It
no,
is
no.
Be
Don't
Real.
listen to me. I'm an
Jesus
idiot.
Christ.
I'm an idiot. Remember, I'm an idiot.
Yes, but what happens is when I start doing this stuff, I'll
Yeah.
believe anything because I can't hang on to my
Oh,
thoughts.
okay.
So I have to take everything at face value.
Okay, I got you. All right, understood.
And you handed this to me, so
Oh, that's true. It is my fault ultimately. But any hoozle, yeah, show's been cool. It's cool to have time now.
well, how is that?
It's really good. I mean, I like. It feels kind of like I'm retired, kind of. Like I got out of the Air Force or something. It's like I don't know. And it's weird. It's
You don't
really
have
weird.
the restrictions that you did have in that certain way.
Yeah,
anyway.
I mean they were so minimal, but they were enough, to notice. Like I couldn't just randomly go places. But now I'm like, when my friends are like, Wednesday, one of my favorite bands currently is like, it's playing in Nashville, and I'm like, you know what?
Oh, you can
I
go.
think I'm just gonna fly to Nashville and watch, and then check out some of the restaurants there. And, like take a little bit of time off for myself because things are still like my days are still filled with stuff, like because my book's coming out, so
Yeah.
I'm completing like the little like housekeeping things for the book, and so like I have meetings for that, or like there's a show I'm on, and so I'll have a call for that, or like a pitch deck meeting with some. There's always like little meetings here and there, and then I'm still doing like gigs and things like that. But so it doesn't feel like I'm technically less busy. I have a little bit more open time, but I haven't had like a stretch. I am going to ask my management to just give me like a clean week, like nothing, nothing, and just so I have that.
How many years did you do Late Show?
Late Show is 8 years.
I feel like you need a month off. You deserve a month off.
I would love a month off.
I feel like you need
But-
a week in Hawaii, a week somewhere else, a week somewhere else, a week
I
just here to
mean-
drive and relax.
Oh man, I would love that, but also you kind of have to strike when the momentum's
Yeah,
going, and I can take
straight
a
up.
bigger break, like maybe in the winter,
Yeah.
but because my book's coming out and I have shows to pitch, and obviously there's a writer's strike, so certain shows you just can't pitch. But it's
You got to pass a lot of studios to get here.
I
I forget how many we pass on a daily
Really?
basis until there are picketing lines outside, and then you feel weird just driving past without honking and supporting.
Yeah. I know. Yeah, it's like there's so much going on, but it's like it's a weird time for everything. I mean, even though there's like so much being made, and people, my agents keep telling me like, the podcast market is pretty harsh, and I'm just like, really though? Because like there
Pretty
seems to
harsh?
be a lot. Yeah, like it's not
Oh, it's right.
a good time to pitch.
Well, I don't know at any point that there has ever been a time when representation was behind podcasts. I mean, from
Yeah.
from
It's not
Adam.
financially
Yeah.
From Adam Carolla
That's true.
and Mark Maron till now, even though you got to look at Team Coco, who just, he sold his podcast network for $150 million. So there's definitely money in it if you do it right.
Damn.
It's serious. And he still gets to work every day.
That's great, man. Good for Conan.
But so there's definitely two sides to it. But I don't feel like they've ever been supportive of the podcast. But what the person makes of it can often outgrow what their beliefs.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, for me, it's more like I just want to have a voice out there. Like I want to have a, I want to be able to talk about the things that I'm thinking about and I care about currently. And have a platform for that. And we did do a little. I did it with my friend Ethan Edenberg, who's in this really amazing comedy band, if you haven't checked them out, called The Wolves of Glendale.
Oh, no way.
They're so good. They opened up for...
I don't know them, but that's a killer name.
Isn't it great?
Yeah.
Yeah, they opened up for Tenacious D. I've opened up for them, and we're all friends and stuff. They're incredible musicians, and they also are very, very stupidly funny. And and their songs are incredible. But the music is just it's top notch. It's not like comedians who kind of know how to play music. These are musicians that are also comedians. Anyways, yeah. So I did a test 2 episodes of a podcast, and I think it was really cool. It worked out great. And then now
you're a perfect person to do one.
I
could see you Russell branding your own fucking shit. You know what I mean? I hate to use that term, but he's blowing up right now with his and.
Who is?
Russell Brand.
Oh, yeah. That
and I'm
guy.
not saying that yours would be like that, but
No,
you speaking your mind and talking about whatever's current. You're talking about electric fucking vehicles and how you hate SUVs and you know what I mean, and your thoughts on music and what's going on would be interesting, I think, to a lot of people.
I think so too, and it's just going to be. I'm just excited about it, about kind of getting out there. Oh, great! Hey, from Montana.
I do think I think it's a good move to get you in the front of something, though. I like the idea of you, heading something.
I'd love it.
Yeah.
I really love it. I mean, I
want you to be the nucleus.
Yeah, that's definitely my next thing is me at the center of it for sure. Because it's just been so long, and I want to do it. Well, mostly, I just want to do it. So, you want any more of this?
No, I'm good right now. Right, Thank you very much.
All right, cool.
Hopefully it's relaxed the traffic situation, though.
Yeah.
LA traffic has been atrocious lately.
Oh, yeah. That was pretty crazy because when I checked at 4, and I was like, how long is it going to take? And it was like 23 minutes. And I was like, great. And so then I waited till the 23-minute mark or before that, just enough time. And then I got out on the road, and then it just instantly became added another 10 minutes to the drive. And I was like, wow, that was quick.
No problem. It's a live show. No big deal. Hi, Jay and Nicole, says Michael Mann. Hi, Michael Mann.
Oh, I love that. Great director.
God, what a great guest and show. Says you are enough. Agreed. At least to the first part. Irene Hoffman, coming in late but present. Hi, Irene.
Hello, Irene.
Doffbro Baggins says, thanks for sharing this, Reg. Say hi to the squirrels for me. You got squirrels?
Oh, I think I have a lot of squirrels in my house, and they're really cool.
We used to make friends with squirrels. They would.
Yeah.
Do you feed them and stuff?
No, I don't feed them. They're just always hanging out in my window, and sometimes I have branches that are right next to my window. So sometimes they'll just sit there and look at me, and I'm just looking at them for a long time.
Do you post pictures and stuff? So is that why the people know?
No, I don't know why. I also refer to squirrels in my stand-up stuff a lot. Just because I don't know. I tend to like mammals in general. So.
You do, yeah. You're a friend to the mammals.
Yeah, I do like mammals. I mean, I like all animals, actually, insects and everything. But mammals are just particularly cute and stupid.
Like the good news there is that I feel like the mammals like you.
The mammals like me? Yeah, mammals like me. That should be a title of my next book. Reggie Watts, Mammals Like Me.
It's deep. If you read into it, it says a lot. If you believe in that shit.
Yeah, for sure. 100%. I mean, mammals... I don't know. They're like reflections of ourselves. It's like that's what's so great about it. That's why people love dogs so much. They see themselves in these animals.
Oh yeah.
Animals reflect their behavior back to us. And
that's straight up. I think that's why the cat. That's why I was so busted when the cat died. I was like, oh, I left my best friend, my mirror of me. We shared everything together. Kind of thing.
You're a little familiar.
Oh man, I didn't think of it that way.
Yeah.
I just love myself too much. I'm too much of a narcissist.
There you go. There you go. Yep. There you go. I know. Well, pets,
You broke down my barrier, buddy.
Sorry about that, man. That was not my intention, but I'm glad it happened, though. Seems like good things are going to come from it. Totally. It's going to be like from this podcast going to turn into something totally different from now on. Oh, I forgot to bring you your things. Like, fuck.
Oh no.
I got your like cue cards and a little bit of the desk.
So I didn't know what that was exactly. So that was a piece of
Those
the
are-
breakaway desk.
Yeah, so it's 2 of his question cards that he gives to guests,
thanks, buddy.
and then like a piece of. It's not the real desk,
Right.
It's a breakaway desk that he did when who is it that came in? Oh, Will Ferrell came in and destroyed the desk like the second to last show or
Yeah.
whatever. And so it's
I like the symbolism
It's
of
a
busting
piece
the
from
thing down.
it's a piece from the fake breakaway desk.
I'm such a nut about this stuff. I
Yeah.
follow your production designer from that show.
Oh,
he
yeah,
follows
yeah.
me too because
Oh,
he must
Traby?
be
Yeah.
a nut about my stuff
Yeah.
too. But it's fascinating what he's able to do. Those buildings that I said, hey, get me one of those buildings. I
Yeah.
thought, oh, we'll just put it in this room.
Yeah.
Those buildings
They're huge.
are fucking huge.
They're massive. Yeah, I thought
I
about.
have
thought
a picture
about it,
of
but
them
I
all
was like,
lined up in the
nah.
hallway with those fake palm trees and everything, and they're like 5-6 feet tall.
Yeah, they're so massive. Yeah, I was gonna take the Hollywood Bowl because it has a picture of me on either side of the Hollywood Bowl.
on the signs.
Yeah, and I was
on the
gonna take it, but then
Jumbotron.
it's so big, and I was like, that's okay.
Hilariously, in my mind, I thought, oh, maybe we'll get the Hollywood Bowl. We'll just put it in the window here.
Oh
Like,
my
I thought,
god,
it'll fit
that
here.
would be so
It
sick.
was-
It's
it was
huge.
massive.
It's like 3 feet, maybe longer. Yeah, it's huge, and it weighs a lot, and it's made out of really solid wood.
This
Whatever.
is. I'm going to hold this up to
Wood shop
the
wood.
to the Instagram here, just so you can see. But this is what we're talking about. That's a hallway at work.
Yeah, that shit is really big. So if you're standing next,
Palm trees are like life size.
yeah, like if you're standing next to it, it'd be like up to your like shoulders.
That's great.
It's not like you can't just like I'll just pop this in, like what you guys have going on here. It's like this works.
No.
That would ruin your aesthetic.
Thanks for the note card. That's
Yeah.
more our speed.
Yeah, the note cards you could like tape your questions on it. You know what I mean? That'd be pretty cool.
The funny thing is when Kilborn went off, I took his I think it was maybe his dressing room sign. I took maybe the green room sign. It might have been something like that.
Yeah.
He used to host that show.
Who did?
Kilborn. Craig
Oh yeah,
Kilborn.
yeah. He was the last guy.
Second guy.
Oh, it was the
Ferguson.
Was the last guy.
Are you
Do you
drumming?
have a piece of paper?
Yeah.
I'm gonna put this up for people. Here we go. I'm just gonna say Porsche Life 1-1.
Dofro Baggins says Wolves of Glendale are awesome.
Yeah, they are. They were really good. Really, really funny. Let's see if this works.
But it'll be backwards, right?
Oh yeah, fuck. I never even thought about that. That's crazy. Well, you guys can reverse this. It says Porsche Life 111. That's what the show's streaming on Instagram, and then on YouTube, it's Porsche Life 111. Same thing on YouTube if you want to watch on YouTube. And he's got the fancy switching, all that stuff. I'm probably going to end this stream in a second, but if you want to check it out, it's Porsche Life 111 for realsies. And to everybody out there who's joined, thanks for joining, and we'll see you in the future. Never.
See you in the future, never.
All right, great.
What show is Reggie trying to go to in Nashville?
Wednesday.
The show is called Wednesday?
The band's called Wednesday. Yeah.
Oh, got it. And is
Yeah.
it literally on Thursday? You're going to go see Wednesday on Thursday in Nashville?
I think they're on a Monday. They actually play.
Zack Klapman coming in clutch here with Reptiles Are Feeling Slighted.
Oh no.
He's right.
Sorry.
He's right. That's not fair.
Oh well. I mean, yeah, could be worse.
Irene Hoffman wishes Reggie could teach a class in being cool. I'd sign up.
Oh, that's nice. I'll see what I can do.
Maybe some sort of a web. You could do what are those higher learning things?
Oh,
University of
webinar
Phoenix.
or a webinar or what are those called? Something. Yeah, I forget what those are called.
Personal infomercials, basically.
Yeah, exactly. It's like give me money, give me
yeah.
money, monathon.
Well, it's how you could sell your book. Like in the old days, that's how they would sell books. They sell they put it on in the middle of the night, and they just have a fake talk show where they're interviewing the real author. But they have Danny Bonaducci as the talk show
I
host or
felt
something.
bored every time.
Oh my god, that's so.
I was that kid that watched the fake stuff.
Yeah, I think I was too.
Or
Yeah, we
just-
we drank the Kool-Aid when we were young. We were raised by the box, so we believed everything in it.
It's so true.
You know,
I mean,
till you start making it yourself, you don't understand how convoluted and bullshit it all is.
Yeah, I know. Well, yeah. Well, it's also sometimes I don't know. Sometimes I don't like learning about how something functions because I like the way it was, my perception of it before I knew the details.
You enjoyed the magic.
Yeah, the magical side of it. Sometimes
I ruin everything.
Yeah. I know because I'm also overly curious, so I do want to know. But there have definitely been things where I'm like, oh, I used to think about this totally differently. I don't know if I remember what it was like.
Is that a creative struggle because creative people are naturally curious?
Well,
because there's a it's a fucking seesaw. Like, you're exactly right. You can't go too far or you ruin yourself on the subject.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I think it's a balance between what you want to create and what inspires you. Mm-hmm. You know, it's like if there's something that inspires you, you want to know how it was created. Not necessarily all the time, but in general, that's true. And I think like if you're making something, but you're like inspired by something, you kind of want to know how it functions because maybe you might use some of that for the thing that you want to do, you know, or what have you. So it's a little bit of a different function than just purely wanting to know how it works. There's like a little bit of purpose behind it.
Well, I think, I mean, it's all like reverse engineering, right? Like whatever it is, it's ringing some sort of bell in us. So we try to figure out how the heck they do that.
Mm-hmm. Or you can kind of guess too. You can kind of figure it out. Or it doesn't matter because it's mostly about the concept. So you could arrive at that.
So those are the three stages, but I get at a different point. Like it's all my emotional state dictates which path I take.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, because ultimately you can figure it out. You can figure it all out, but you don't need if you have an example of what you want to do, you can be like, well, I bet you they use this, and this, and you could be totally wrong, but you would still arrive at the same effect.
Yeah.
That's what's cool about it.
Yeah. There's no right path. There's no one way.
No, it's just like as long as you achieve the thing you want to present to people, then there's a million ways to arrive at it.
But I think that's the artist. That's the art.
Yes, of course. Yeah. Otherwise, you just wouldn't be able to make it. But it's great. It's fun that way. That's what's great about art and going like, "Ooh, I have an idea. How can I make it?" Like, I bet you I know.
But if it's a sculpture, it's made 360, right? And so you can walk around this thing and whatever. But what we're talking about, like TV and art, you know what I mean? It's all two-dimensional and sort of like it's all trick photography. I mean, you know what this room looks like in the box versus where you're sitting.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, most TV shows, when you visit the sets, they're nothing even close to what you think they're like. They're usually smaller.
Oh yeah.
And much more like, oh, that's all it is? You know, like that's most of the vibe of a show. Even like game shows, like you go to the Voice, it has like all these lights everywhere. They're definitely impressive. But
that's actually a really good example is the game shows.
Yeah.
Because they look huge.
They're massive. And some of them are pretty good size. Like they definitely are a good size, but they're still not quite as big as you think they are.
When your show came on the air, when the James Corden Late Late Show came on the air, the set design was so good and it looked so big. I thought you guys were in the Catalina. I thought you were in the other two studios, you know, across the parking lot. It was so big.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, wow, they gave them the main room. I was like, geez, I don't know. They must not have a lot of faith in the New York show. I was like, they're prepping this for... and then when we went and saw it in person, I was like, holy shit, they did. They just packed it all in.
Yeah.
That was politically incorrect when I worked at TV City.
Oh,
Your stage.
Right.
Bill Maher.
Oh, my God.
That's how long ago.
Bill Maher. Wow. Crazy.
But you guys used every square inch and just put a huge whatever. It looked massive. And that's not a big room.
Yeah, that's Lou. Lou's great. Lou's amazing.
Do you care about that part of it, like the art, the scenery, and all that stuff, or are you solely in the content that you're delivering to the audience?
Well, no. I mean, I think it's cool. I'm definitely sensitive to vibe and the way places look and the way they're lit and the way that they feel based off of the design. So, yeah, it does matter to me.
I mean, like you're potentially going to have a show at some point soon where you're going to be the center of it. Are those things important to you, or is just a black curtain and a table what you need, you know?
It doesn't ultimately matter. It just depends on what the effect is. Like I want things to look cool. Mostly I want things to look different. You know, so whatever show I'm doing, I want it to visually look interesting. Mm-hmm. You know, I want it to be interesting whether you have the sound down or not. And so that's the main goal. But
man, I'd love to design your set because it would just be like a really technical, like everything would just be highly technical.
Yeah, I mean,
syncopation in real life.
I mean, yeah, it could be. But I'm also like a big fan of super simple analog shit, you know, with higher tech is more in the background, or something like that. But it doesn't have to be. But I definitely love technology, but I also don't want to run shit that's too experimental because it just runs into problems. And so I'd rather like do something simple.
Oh, that's so funny. Yeah, nomenclature. I didn't even mean it that way. I meant more like kids' game shows of the '80s, where everything was computers and techie.
Oh,
you know what I mean? It was
for
kind of
sure.
like
Fun,
digital and
fun
dot
tech.
matrix. Yeah.
100%. No, I agree.
321 contact tech, not iPhone tech.
Yeah. 100%. That would be totally great. That type of tech. Yes, of course. 100%. I mean, it's like, well, that's relatable and also simple enough that it's hard to fuck up,
We'll shift gears. How are your cars? Are you still the same on your cars?
I still have them. As long as I can keep working, I can keep them. But the Taycan got hit. Got repaired, and then
bad or just a little tap?
A little tap on the passenger side door. So it was out for like a month and a half because I had to wait for parts. But it sucks. It was the dude's fault. Like when I have such a huge pet peeve, but like when you turn onto another street and it's a 2-lane street, or 2 lanes per side street, you always, if you're taking a right turn, you turn into the closest lane to you.
Yeah.
Turn to the right lane.
Absolutely.
That's how you do it.
I mean, it's like not up for debate.
No, it's not for, and it's illegal not to. Mm-hmm. And so I was just like, well, I'm going to take a left because I was on the opposite side of the street merging onto Sunset, and I was taking a left. So I took a left, and then this guy was merging right at the same time, and he just like went right into my lane and and it was some muscle car, some like Charger or something, like a new school
Hellcat.
Charger or something, like a Hellcat or something.
Demon.
And I was just like, what the fuck, man? And he was just like, well, it's like, I didn't see you there. I mean, it was like,
it's like I didn't see you there.
Luckily, it's like, yeah, you didn't. And also, you shouldn't fucking do that. Also,
You're like, got it.
My car is light beige. It's not like invisible.
It can be seen in any light, day or night.
Yeah, you could
because it's a matte beige.
Yeah,
it's not a can't see it at dusk beige.
No, it's like very easy to see car, and that's why I was like, what the? I just couldn't believe it. I was like, come on, man. But that car's had the most accidents. So thankfully, the 911 has been scratch free.
This isn't the first time.
Well, there
the
was
Taycan?
someone who did one of those like get in front of you and brake really hard to like get the insurance money. Thing.
That
Scam.
happened to me in 2002.
Really?
Jesus, it's just so lame. You're like,
Yeah.
Partly it's like, why the fuck did you do that? But then also, at the same time, like I can't believe I fell for this. Like I didn't see this coming. Like I should have recognized the behavior.
I did the same thing of like I watched them drive
Yeah.
concurrently and slowly for miles ago.
Yeah.
I should have known.
Yeah.
Irritating.
Yeah, it's terrible. And that was like,
You both had the same experience for real?
yeah.
Oh man,
Yeah, that's like
so
an
that's just the
insurance
move.
scam.
Yeah.
It's an insurance scam. It's like they'll
Unknown one, so we all
Known
knew
one.
it.
Yeah.
So you feel dumb also.
Yeah.
Oh, because you knew about it, and then I fell
Yeah.
for it. Oh, wow.
I just never experienced it, and I'd seen videos online about people. I've seen video footage of people doing it online, but when this car got in front of me, it was like late at night, and there were no other cars, and I was like, "Why is this person, in front of me or whatever?" And they just slammed on the brakes, and then my car it auto stopped, but it was too close, and so anyway, so that front end, and then the side got hit, and then I've had like 3 flat tires from screws in tires.
Oh, I do remember that.
That's happened like 3 times.
Did you get that tire protection thing or whatever? I never used to get it, but living in LA, I feel like I should have it.
I don't
now.
know if I did. I imagine that maybe I have some version of that,
right.
but
I'm gonna get it next time.
that car just like it's had some, some problems, but I mean just bad luck. But it
drives great.
It drives great. I love it.
How many miles now?
Oh, I don't know. Well, I guess I can tell.
Oh,
on
it
the
doesn't
Porsche
matter
app.
about. I just didn't know if you were like 15,000 or 30,000.
Let's see. It looks like it's. Oops. How do you find that? Let's see. Discover. Maybe Discover. No, that's not it. Vehicle would definitely be. Oh, details. How about this? Oh, mileage 17,000.
All right. Still new.
Yeah, pretty good. Now service. What?
Uh-oh.
What does it say? Oh,
Will they come pick it up from here?
I need to.
Do I need to give you a ride home?
Yeah,
Is it already
totally.
gone? Is it driving to the dealership by itself right
they've
now?
already picked it up. It was that fast. Very funny. No, I.
That's my move. That's my move. Saying very funny instead of laughing. Oh, yeah. I can recognize it.
But yeah, no, they're great. I love driving the 911. It's just such a perfect car. I can't. Every time I drive it, I'm like, this car is perfect. It's a
991 Turbo S. 992 Turbo
992
S.
Turbo S.
Turbo
992
S,
Turbo S. 2022. Yeah.
992 2022 Turbo S.
Yeah.
That's kind of a
Yeah, it's a lot of twos. It's very two-y.
Wow.
But it's so much fun. It's just great. It's just everything about it. The visibility. It's so easy. I feel really safe driving in it because you just turn your head and you can just see everything to the side and behind you, like so instantaneously easy.
The visibility is
the
good because it's a
visibility is
911.
incredible in that
But
car.
also, it can go anywhere you think or look at any given time. It's literally magic.
Totally. It's a totally magical car. It feels like you can do anything. It's amazing. I absolutely love it, and I love getting to know it better, and to figure out other things. Yeah.
The only thing I can't do with it is drive it the way I would want to drive it. Those new ones are so fast for me. There's so much car.
Yeah.
That you know how I drive. I like to hanging out a little bit and whatever.
Yeah, you're just flowing.
With the new cars, there's no way. I mean, first of all, I'm not a good enough driver. Two, the stakes are so high. You'd have to be going so fast and being so crazy.
You talking about just driving in traffic, or?
That's right. I drive.
I
drive like Nicolas Cage through LA all times.
Are you talking about
all
on the
times.
track? Yeah, of course.
Of course, at the track or just up in the mountains where we usually drive. Is really what I'm talking about.
By the way, is it back now? Are people meeting back up at Newcomb's?
We can't get to Newcomb's, but we're at Plan B where we went like a year ago with
I'm
the
gonna try
fires.
to come
and
there
stuff.
tomorrow or Friday.
Wait for Friday and we'll all be there.
Yeah, I'll wait for Friday. I think that's a good idea. But I'd like to find it this time.
Yeah. Did you not find it?
No, remember I came last time, but I could not find it. I just didn't know where it was.
When you come up the back way and from like Sunland or whatever.
Yeah.
If you're just on that road, you can't miss us. You'll pass 9 Mile.
Oh, so it's up
It's past
towards
9 Mile.
Newcomb's?
It's still up in the
Angeles
same
Crest.
forest.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah, it's just
Because
not.
I remember there was that other place. Remember you guys were meeting for a while?
Hilarious. You tried to come to Garage
Malibu.
and Social
Yeah.
or something and didn't come. Okay.
Yeah. That's the one I was like, you guys, we're here. And I was like, great. And then I drove around and I just could not find you.
There's no cell reception.
There's no cell reception.
Oh, that was
and I
Cafe
couldn't
de la
find
Plage
you.
in
Yeah.
Malibu.
And I was like, I don't think they exist. But anyways.
And make it worse. We park out back so you don't see the cars.
Oh,
so
right.
that we don't draw the attention.
Right.
So there was a whole line out back, but hidden from your view.
Yeah, because I went around a building. I was like, it must be back here. It just was nothing there. But anyways, but so Plan B. So that's like.
Well, we've changed it to Site B for obvious
Site
reasons.
B. Oh, right. Yeah. Well, it's
controversial,
or maybe
right
not. But Site B. So that's
But if you come up
back way.
if you come up the back way and you would normally take a right on 9 Mile to go to the top, just keep going straight towards Palmdale, and it's only another 5 or 10 minutes, and you get to the top. It's called Milk Creek Summit, and it's literally the top of the mountain.
wow.
When you start going back down, you'll be headed to Palmdale. You've gone too far.
Oh, sick.
Also, you can't miss us. We're on both sides of the road. Like you'd have to drive through what looks like a Cannonball Run rally.
Oh my God. Okay.
The cops are usually there.
I'm down.
It's all good.
Okay. All right.
Coffee and donuts. Same thing, just not Newcomb's.
Okay.
We all miss Newcomb's. but like, it is
what
it is.
happened?
The
The roads washed out?
It was completely buried in snow.
Oh, okay.
There were 8 feet of snow, and then they got another 18 inches on top of that, and literally you couldn't see Newcomb's.
Whoa.
And then further up by Mount Waterman, they got 12 feet of snow. So that was its own thing. And then all of that melting rain, all that stuff, washed out the road so that the road was impassable.
Yeah.
And it also caused some rock slides, which then covered the road in different places. So they've got kind of a bunch of situations they're trying to rectify.
I see.
And they're working on it, but it won't be this summer.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
If they can get the upper portion fixed, then we can get back there the way we used to by going the back way, then 9 Mile, and then up.
Right. Skip that section.
Yeah, skip the middle section there. Because right now it's closed at Redbox,
Okay.
which is Mount Wilson.
Yeah. Well,
You're like, too much information.
no. There's a comedian that wants to go up. He just got a Carrera 992.
Somebody we know?
Dan Levy?
Yeah, I follow Dan Levy
I
show.
know him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. We haven't met, but we follow each other.
Yeah. He might go.
Cool. He just sent me messages. Did he just buy this car? Because he sent me a message today asking what my feelings are on clear bra.
Yeah, that's what he asked me too.
Hilarious.
Yeah,
What'd you say?
I told him.
You have the whole car done.
No, well, I don't have my 911 done because my car guy was like, "Well, you're leasing it, so I wouldn't worry about it." But I just I just like my cars to look good. You know what I mean? And so I feel like kind of an asshole for not doing it, but it's too late now. I'm like, well, why don't we just let nature take its course? I mean, 911s look good when they get broken in, and whatever, I guess. But
I feel like your turbo is a little more rough ride. It's like a little more crest car than your 4S was.
Oh, way more. Yeah.
So I feel like it's okay to have some this one is really thrashed.
Yeah, some chips and some whatever. It's like it's fine. It's like it's a car that's meant to be driven. And I look at like Matt Watson videos a lot, and when he's reviewing cars, he never washes them. And so whenever he reviews a car, they're always so dirty. And I'm like, I kind of like that. I like that it's not to be too Magnus, but like, you know what I mean? Like there's a certain drive your car, let it get a little bit dirty, clean it and take care of it. But like a dirty car is not a slow car. It doesn't lower the performance of the car at all.
No, I subscribe to AutoCanal and TLG's logic, which is drive, brake, fix, repeat. It's kind of like these things are driving machines.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on clear bras? I said we drive our cars, no protection needed for us.
Yeah, exactly.
So we basically sort of said the same.
Yeah, I told him I just said
his response was a salute, an emoji salute.
Yes, sir, Commander.
I don't know him though. Is he funny?
He's really funny. He's really funny, and he's really kind.
Hate to put you on the spot there. I realize.
No, he's
all right.
He's a cool guy. That's why I was stoked that we did a gig together recently with. Oh my gosh. Oh lords. Back for Vegas. Yeah, basically, he was on the Late Show. And we said, yo, there. And we knew each other from before in the comedy scene.
He did a stand-up spot?
Yeah, he did a stand-up spot on the Late Show. And then we did, and then I did a gig with the Wolves of Glendale. We both opened a Wolves of Glendale show. And when I rolled into the parking lot, I was like, oh, shit, someone's got a 992 Carrera here. This is sick. And it turned out it was his. And he was like, kind of experiencing the same thoughts that I had when I first got my Carrera
in the dream phase of holy moly.
I was like, I can't believe that's crazy that I get to drive this thing. I still feel that way about my 911, by the way, but it's just a little bit different. It's more like I know how I'm going to drive in this. Whereas when I first got the 911, I was like, okay, I'm going to drive this, but there's just a lot of getting used to it, like just learning the car,
Yeah, it scares the shit out of you at first. Every few minutes, I mean, you turn the wheel and press the gas, it doesn't respond like other cars.
No, it does not. Yeah, and it just, now I'm like in traffic. Sometimes I'll do these like really quick moves, because you only have so much space and you don't want to go too far in the other lane. So like, it's just funny that the car, I can just go, and the car's like in another lane, and the car's like, there's just like no problem. It just does it.
It's the definition of point and shoot.
Yeah, it's like amazing.
You think and you can see where the car will do it, no problem.
Even the Taycan in its own way, even though it's a heavy car, it's still hyper maneuverable, like really, really maneuverable.
You must feel the weight difference between those two cars coming up the hill.
Huge. Well, the Taycan's more like, it feels like it's super beefy, but it's got more than enough power to do whatever you need it to do. Like the weight isn't a problem for the power. The weight,
right. Of course,
it's more in the corners. It's more in the curves that you feel it, and you're like, oh, I gotta work with this differently than I do the 911.
Braking
a lot. Braking,
even though it has those huge brakes.
It has huge brakes, but it does. Yeah, there is a limit. There's kind of a limit to it before it starts ABSing, but like it
ABSing.
Yeah,
I love it.
It's just like
vibrate mode.
It's just like, yeah, it'll do this like, quick, like whatever, like grippy ungrippy thing, but it happens at a point that the 911 waits till even longer to hit. And so because it's just so massive. The other thing about driving a very powerful electric car is that you can build up speed so easily, and then suddenly you're going into a corner and you're like, oh shit, I've got too much speed.
Carrying so much momentum.
Yeah, so much momentum, so much weight. But but the Taycan, luckily, like if you're easy on the brakes, you can control that shit. If you're coming in way too fast, just apply a little bit of pressure on the brakes and just listen to the car, and you'll find that right balance really quickly.
It's still a Porsche.
It's still a Porsche. Yeah. It's just heavy.
It's funny, we talked about there was one day where they had the Taycan and the Audi equivalent up there,
the
the
e-tron GT,
and it was like that was brand new. It might have been a press car or whatever, but we were comparing the two, and I kind of thought, I love the Taycan. It's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
The Taycan Cross Turismo to me is legitimately one of the best cars out there.
Totally.
But looks wise, I was liking the badassedness of the Audi better.
Yeah.
But then you were telling me that while the platform is very, very similar, the way it's electronically tuned, the ones and zeros for the Porsche are significantly different. So therefore, the driving experience is significantly different. Totally. That I found interesting.
Yes, that's totally true. Plus, the suspension setup is a little bit different too in the Porsche. They have more of a custom suspension that's different than the Audi suspension. So
well, that makes a world of difference.
Yeah, huge. And steering feels different. On the GT, it's way, way lighter, super light. So it's a little vague.
Same systems, just tuned differently.
Tuned differently, yeah. The GT also rides in the interior, the way they have the seats set up. You ride a little bit higher. So the Taycan's a little bit lower.
That's an Audi thing. The seats were always kind of high in the
just
Audis. a
little higher. And I mean, the GT is it's a beautiful car. I think it's gorgeous, but I just like the silkiness of I just think the Taycan looks good, like especially when you put it in all the way lowered mode and like have the windows tinted. It's an awesome looking car.
The Taycan looks more future to me.
Yeah, I think so.
And I think what I'm liking about the Audi is like, oh look, it still looks like a car in there, And
yeah.
The Taycan is like, I'm tech all the way, man.
Yeah. That's like this body style is going to be relevant for a long while. This is going to be. They tried to make a classic body style for an EV that they never made before. So I think that they totally nailed it. And if you get the right colors, sometimes, I mean, a Taycan, like base Taycans, they do look a little base in a way. The Turbo S,
is it the wheels? Is that what makes it look different?
It's the wheels. Yeah, sometimes you'll get 20s instead of 21s. You'll get, which obviously makes for a more comfortable ride. But like, you get some of the body cladding is different. You don't get the little splitters like the air curtain channels on the side, which I don't know how much that even adds to the car or whatever. But when you see those slight, like little tiny shark fin things, and then also there's a pattern on the rear bumper, the integrated bumper. It's got like kind of these cool, looks like a Cylon's gloves, which were hockey gloves, but it's like those really puffy
Battlestar
stripes. Battlestar Galactica, like original.
What a guy!
Yeah, original. But like it's got like these
the
cool
mesh kind
lines.
of thing.
Not really. It's more like grooves. They're like just like big fat channels, like that groove around the side. So like from the side where the bumper starts and it wraps around, it just has like this nice like cool lined pattern, and it just looks like the design is all one thing a little bit more than base Taycans can, which is always weird to me because I'm like, oh, base Taycan. That's like I've just imagined them all looking like super maxed out, but of course it's a whole range.
It was only a couple years ago when they were testing them up at Breakfast Club, and now like not only are they on the road, like it's a huge hit. The wagon's killer. It's definitely the future of Porsche. It's just wild. Zoom not very far ahead.
Yeah, and they've been testing a new variant, the 3-motor, 1,000 horsepower Taycan coming out with possibly a fixed spoiler.
A fixed spoiler? Oh my God!
Yeah, there's spy shots with the Taycan with this fixed spoiler. Who knows if that's just a design thing? They're like, we're going to work on the aerodynamics, but we're trying to achieve this much more downforce for this configuration. So we're just going to put a wing on there that matches it. We'll figure out the mechanics of the retractable wing later. But who knows? But it kind of looks cool with a spoiler.
I like the way you've thought it all out, though. You're right. Those are definitely positive.
Yeah, that's possible. But it looks cool. But man, 3-motor. I mean, when Porsche goes 3-motor, I mean, like, fucking forget about it. I mean, for as much as like Tesla, wants to be like the whatever. I don't know what they are, but they just like their engineers are just like bored or something, and they're like, well, let's just make the fastest car. It's like, what about steering and handling? It's like, it'll handle good enough. What about brakes? No, it's gonna have terrible brakes until we release a brake package, performance package that'll cost you $20,000 more on top.
You saw the show Silicon Valley. Remember that show? On
Oh
HBO?
yeah.
I feel like Tesla it's just those guys.
Yeah, it's like
just
Tech Bro.
Yeah, because
Tech Bro
none
cars.
of it's such a new company. Like nobody ever got to that level so quickly before. You know, DeLorean tried, Tucker tried, all these different people tried to start a new car company in this country. Nobody was successful. And then all of a sudden they get it. They get it quick, and they're just like, well, I guess it should fart probably. We need it to fart, and well, we definitely need the DeLorean doors. And,
Yeah.
Like, I don't know where it all comes
a yoke
from.
steering wheel, just like you're in a spaceship when you're 6
And
years
that's
old.
from Knight Rider, of course.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like,
I know. It's just like designers that either
designed
it's
by the fans.
It's
basically.
either them or it's Elon Musk like enforcing he's a very infantile person.
Yes.
You know, so his sense of humor isn't really. It's around like an 11-year-old's sense of humor, like a 10 to 11-year-old sense of humor, and
If he were a comedian, I'd call him Hack.
Oh, he's a total hack. He's a hack. He's a hack human, really. He's really great. He's done great things for creating these companies and making sure they don't go under and like supporting the engineers and all that stuff. And like great innovations have happened and all that stuff. But he's just a trash piece of human at this point. I'm really disappointed in him. Like, and it sucks when you have access to that much goodwill and you just waste it. You waste it on being petty. And you waste it on being thin-skinned, and you waste it on, when things aren't going your way, you're just going to pout and just not be the best example for a human being that has that much power. It's there really are very few. I don't think there are any really high-powered, very rich, entrepreneur types that are actually, I don't know, somewhat human and relatable and empathic to realize that when they're making a mistake, they can apologize.
Ooh.
I
don't know if that comes in the billionaires.
I just don't think it's in the genetics of making it to the billionaire club.
I don't think so. You have to not make mistakes, right? You
Yeah.
have to be bankable, and you're always right. And
Yeah, totally. Yeah, because you're paying for it.
Right.
You're paying for that insulation until you definitely break a law. Then you'll get exposed. But then you've got so much money you can handle it.
Right, you fight it off.
So you don't really feel connected to the consequences of being a human being in the current society.
I can't relate to that at all.
No. And that's why Bernie Sanders, when he was talking about that, remember in the 50s or 40s there was 100 or a
Do
90?
I remember in the 50s?
Do you
or the
remember?
40s?
Because guys, do you remember when we were in the 50s? When we were part of the greatest generation? When we were. Before we died early and then reincarnated into this, but then we did therapy that revealed that we remembered who we were back then. But
see, now you're talking my.
yeah,
I believe that.
Yeah, well, that makes
Past
sense.
lives
That
pavilion,
actually
sure.
makes sense. Sure. Or access to other lives, even if they weren't yours. It's like we have access to other people's lives because we're a connected consciousness. But
there it is.
I will say. That there was a high tax.
Correct.
There was
Correct, sir.
Thank you. There was a high tax. Why did that go off? That is
I think it
definitely not
must
on.
be probably
no, it's
me
the
and
other
the thing
side.
here.
Oh no, I'm off. Weird. But point is, so people were taxed over a certain amount of money. So when they reached a certain amount of money, their taxation went up considerably. And it was like almost 90% or something like that over a certain amount.
Right.
And so Bernie Sanders was talking about it, like bringing back, like how they were talking about how billionaires shouldn't exist.
Yes, that was a thing.
And I completely agree with that. I think that as much as people want to be like, oh, a billionaire, that's something to ascribe to, like that's the ultimate goal in life. It's like, it's not. It really isn't. And even if you had $1 million in the bank and you had a job that was bringing in even $100,000 a year,
make it easy.
You'd have an amazing life. Mm-hmm. You could do so much cool stuff.
That would be an amazing life in L.A. Imagine somewhere else.
Oh my God, yeah, like Peoria, Illinois, or Columbus, Ohio.
They'd be a billionaire soon.
Yeah. Well, they'd be the equivalent. I know, right? No.
When I was a kid, two things you couldn't have because of, and these are the things we learned in the books that have probably been burned by now and rewritten, but you couldn't have billionaires, you couldn't have monopolies. And there was supposed to be oversight to avoid the happenstance of both.
Yeah.
And nowadays, everything is becoming a monopoly. You remember how many long-distance providers there were when we were kids?
Oh, yeah.
From MCI to U.S. Sprint to, I can't even, there were so many, let alone AT&T and the ones we have now. It's like there's it's Verizon and AT&T. If
Yeah,
you
it's
want to
like-
count T-Mobile, they're kind of like Fox, you know?
Yeah, totally. Well, it's two for everything.
Right.
It's like 2 for computers,
Yeah.
2 for cell phones,
Got it.
2 for.
You have to choose, sir.
You know, I mean, there are sub brands, but they're not on that same level.
No,
even
for the
close.
two main parties.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got your independence.
Everything's yeah. There's independence, but
You have to choose.
It's like Coke or Pepsi, and
Dan or Dave.
Yeah, God, yeah. I mean, all that shit. It's just whack. I just don't like that. I'm like, we could do so much better, and everyone could still get what they wanted. Like, you could still have hierarchical, whatever. You know, you could get your ego fed about like how much money you made, and you've got a yacht and a helicopter. You can still do all that bullshit.
There's still
bragging.
capitalism.
Yeah, it'll still happen.
There's still capitalism.
Yeah.
Everyone can
It's just-
still
it's
work
just-
hard and
it just
and earn.
changes. It's just the scale changes.
Yes.
That's it. But it's the same for everybody. Now we just have more money coming back into the government or for services such as making our California roads nice. So having so much goddamn potholes everywhere, you know, or cleaner air, you know, better public transit, whatever it is. Like, we'd have more money for that instead of having to beg and scrounge. Like, it's the government's like groveling for money, you know. Meanwhile, the military industrial complex is like, their budgets are just insane.
Well, they're all saved because we're going to space.
Oh yeah, that's true. Oh yeah, that's true.
All the money's in space now. We don't have to have war if we're going to space.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, if we're going,
we
to
have
space.
to spend money in the contracts.
Yeah.
But it doesn't have to be for bullets. It can be for, you know, space tubes and fucking whatever.
I certainly hope
Wormholes.
so. I certainly hope so.
Sunspots.
Oh God, I don't know. We'll
Do
see.
you think physical space is the answer? I don't think, and never have thought that was the answer. I've always thought that was a construct made by God. Whatever the God, you know, whatever the fuck anything is, because it almost seemed like, no, stay on the map, you idiot. You know, when you play a video game and you go too far,
Yeah.
and it's just like, it either reroutes you, kills you, sends you back the way you were. The
Right.
Map inverts.
I don't know. I mean, I think there's a certain. I think there's an interesting idea. I mean, there's certainly interesting to go outside of the thing. I mean, it's like going to the bottom of the ocean, right? Or like,
I was going to use Finding Nemo.
Yeah,
It's like
submarine.
the end of the drop off.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the Marianas Trench. Yeah. I mean, it's just, you know, there are limits, but then there's always people that want to go beyond it. They always want to know.
But to me, the answer is in interdimensionality. I think it's all sort of
Yeah.
here on different frequency, just like radio stations.
100%. I think that there's something we're going to discover about perception itself that will enable us to.
I think
experience some
that
amazing
answers
realities.
ghosts and everything. By the way,
Oh,
'Cause
yeah.
it's like, it's just sort of a cross plane of existence. It's
Yeah.
like Ghostbusters.
Yeah,
really.
temporal anomalies. It's just
Perfect.
like, you know, time is like flowing in multiple directions, and it's separated by
weed talking, by the
thin membranes. I mean, you know, it's how I've always expressed, like, you know, aliens, you know, UFOs, UAPs, ghosts, spirits, bad vibe, all that stuff. It's just all a part of this huge interconnected energy system, and it's like, depends on what you're tuned into, but you can feel those things and you can experience those things.
Do you think the aliens are aliens
Mm-hmm.
from somewhere else, or do you think they're us from another time, another dimension? A version of us.
I think it makes more sense that it would be a version of us.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess it just depends on what they look like, if they look like something. But
For me, it depends on how far you zoom out the map, you know, time-wise.
yeah, but also if you zoom out or if you just view life as infinite, all possibilities existing simultaneously,
yes.
then it is us. Even if it was aliens
Yeah.
from a galaxy very far away,
Yes.
and they came here, no matter what they look like, it's like, oh, you're life too.
Yeah.
We're life.
Yeah.
We're all life.
Amen.
So, like, you know, obviously you could be as more specific, like, are you from this planet, you know, or are you from this planet from another time period, or whatever.
Yeah.
There's that. But even whatever the case is, the answer is always like, yeah, we are
That's totally where I
interrelated.
go every time, too.
Yeah, we're
And I'm like,
related.
we're just gnats on this thing. I mean, it's
Yeah.
been around so long.
Totally. Yeah, that's
This,
why.
this space ball flying through
Yeah, just like
flying through the universe.
just like a Cuisinart. I mean, and that's why, like, when I see insects, it's hard for me to kill stuff, even though, like, I do eat meat, which is like a thing that I keep going back and forth with.
I do that too.
But when I look at an ant, or a grasshopper thing, like I always I anthropomorphize it immediately. I'm just like, oh, look at that guy. What are you doing? You're like, oh, you guys are going over there. Okay, cool. Oh, well, yeah, I don't want you guys in my house, so I'm going to try to reroute you guys over here because it's like I'd rather be cooperative with life to solve issues with them rather than just like attack always. It's so many of my friends like a spider like crush, and I'm like, no, what are you doing, man? Spiders are fucking awesome. They're so cool.
I'm not going to play the whole video, but I literally had a conversation with 2 swallows today who wanted to have sex on our porch, and I said, I think I know what you're up to, and it was just one of and then sure enough, the other one showed up, and I was like, you guys, I don't think this is the place to do that because there was a time when the cat was still alive. Remember, I woke up and there was feathers everywhere. It looked like they had a fight. Somebody massacred a bird on our porch.
Wow.
Anyway, then they climbing through the tired plants over on the balcony.
Yeah.
And sticks her butt in the air. And I don't even know how birds do it.
I don't even
think
know
birds
either.
have sex. I don't even know about that. But sure
know.
enough, they started. And I said, "You guys get out of here, you silly gooses." Somehow we were on the same plane, me and these birds. So when you say an ant or a bumblebee, I say bees in the pool
those
all
are
the
great.
time.
Yeah. Oh yeah, totally. You got to. Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah.
Other people don't.
I think if you see an insect, sometimes like they're maybe too far gone or whatever, but it's still worth like giving a chance. You know,
Amen.
like if I see any animal like in distress, I'm gonna help it.
Friend of the mammal.
Yeah, mammals and all creatures. I like all of them.
Remind me to share this with you afterwards.
Oh,
The
yeah,
note
please.
is to not share it on chat.
Oh yeah, good. That's great.
It's from Zack Klapman, though.
Oh, okay,
And
okay.
it's about something you said earlier, and he said you nailed it.
Oh, okay. Dope. Yeah. Stoked.
Yeah. All right, let's see what we got here. There was a bunch of stuff.
Is there any questions about Mrs. Crabtree from The Little Rascals?
What's a form of art Reggie has never worked in but wants to? Oh, so Zach again.
Oh, all right.
But on chat.
He's clapping it out.
Yes, he is.
A form of art that gosh, that's tough. I mean, maybe dance. I mean, I like to dance and I like to move, but I think it would be interesting to like maybe do something a little bit more focused and serious with it. That would be cool.
Not the dude's landlord from the Big Lebowski.
Yeah, no, not that shit. No, some actual motherfucking dancing.
Dude, I'm doing my interpretive dance. I got that venue I wanted.
Oh my God, no, not that.
But I could see you doing something because it's all about transferring energy, right?
Yeah, and I love movement. Movement is like such a thing that I'm very in tune with. I love dancing so much. And
You do yoga or anything like that?
I don't. I probably should, but
No,
I
no
don't.
judgment.
No.
It's just some people get the same thing out of that. That's why I was saying.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, but I just like the improvisational nature of moving to music. It's just, it's great. I love that.
Do you move to your own when you're making music? Are you moving around too, or are you kind of just in your computer zone? And
No, not really. I mean, I'm moving to the beat, but I'm not doing anything too fancy.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just like.
It's what we see on the show, basically. And
Yeah.
everything else. Okay.
Yeah, it's like whenever I'm doing something, I'm in it, and I'm moving, but I'm not. I'm also focused on.
Well, these are the, it's funny because I'm thinking this is you performing live, but when you're just in the studio or when you're just making music, like if you're recording like your album or something, are you different than when you're performing live, or is it the same experience for you?
Feels this pretty much the same.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
That's surprising.
Yeah, it feels. I mean, it's different context, but it feels pretty similar.
Okay. Sorry.
How dare you?
There's no.
I mean, you were waiting for something really exciting, and it wasn't there. I apologize, but yeah, it's like pretty much the same everywhere I go. Like if
You're
it's
such a giver.
That's it.
Such a giver. Let's see. All right. Lauren Lieberman, masterclass is in being cool with Reggie. Oh, so there's a few of that. So a few people think the same thing.
Lieberman.
ATL Music Dusha. Hi, I have a question for Reggie. Something I've always wondered. How was your creativity nurtured in your childhood? Your genius, man.
Oh, thank you, education.
And he has the correct Y-O-U-R-E while you cannot see it.
Wow, that's great. Congratulations on apostrophizing. Yeah.
How was your creativity nurtured in your childhood?
I mean, I think it was just I naturally was very creative had a big imagination, and my parents didn't really get in the way of it. That was basically it. Like they
didn't pour water on it.
No, they recognized me as like, in a very pragmatic way, not in a way like, Reggie has a big imagination, and we're going to make sure that, like, it's just more like, oh, he's into lots of cool stuff, so if he needs to go to an after-school program, he can do that, or like if he wants to, learn swimming or whatever it was, like they would just allow me.
They weren't dedicated to you following a certain path and being a certain way and cookie cutter, whatever.
Yeah, no, not really. I think they saw pretty immediately that I loved art, and they recognized it.
How immediate? I mean, kindergarten, you were making hand paintings, or like what?
I mean, I was just always entertaining. I was always making people laugh,
I see.
since I was like really young. So
Your personality had developed.
yeah, it was pretty defined pretty quickly. But yeah, so when I was 4, I think 4.5 or 5, I started piano lessons.
Oh, wow. It's so cool that your parents saw that in you and support it. I think of the Howard Stern movie. When it, shut up! I told you not to be stupid, you moron. It was like literally the opposite. Like, Dad, but I really want to be on the radio. Shut up!
Yeah. Nope.
He wasn't allowed to be his real self, and you actually are this way because you've always been allowed to be your real self.
Yeah, 100%. And
That's incredible.
I think, like, anybody, around kids or young people, like, just get out of the way, just like support, have them be aware of what they're doing, the fact that they're creating and like how they're creating and those types of things. But, like, be there for them so they know there's support, but, like, mostly just let them do their thing. They'll figure it out.
Dofro Baggins, Wolves of Glendale, Reggie Watts, Wajada, and Mark Rebellator. Oh, Mark Rebellator. I remember that guy. Rebier, is that how you say it? Sorry. He had a show in a basement or something. It looked like at his house or something. Was that the guy?
Yeah, Rebier had there was a thing they did with Flying Lotus and Mark Rebier where we did we jammed together on a live stream.
That was cool.
It was really fun. Yeah, it was cool. I mean, with Wolves of Glendale, that would be cool. Sorry for yawning. I tried like this new sleep guard last night. It's supposed to help me sleep better, but I just feel really tired today.
We're almost done. If that helps you.
No, it's not. It's no indication of like rushing. I was just letting you know.
TED Talk on being cool. You are definitely getting the coolness today. You're throwing off the cool vibes.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, I actually do want to do a TED Talk again, but I want it to be on improvisation.
Okay. Don Giller of the Don Giller YouTube page, which is massive. It has the Letterman archive on it. Curious if Reggie was a fan of Jaco Pastorius and his MXR digital delay techniques.
Oh, yeah.
Don Giller is a music historian as well.
Oh, gotcha. Jaco Pastorius, of course, he was a legendary bass player, almost single-handedly developed fretless electric bass techniques. Yeah, I mean, I didn't know specifically what he did with the MXR effects, but he definitely he fucked around with effects a lot, and he used to have a massive rack on stage. So there would be, like when he was playing with Joni Mitchell, it was like Pat Metheny and Jaco Pastorius. I mean, she pulled together one of the greatest bands of all time. And but Jaco just had like this giant tower of processing gear. And of course, like Metheny was a huge gearhead too. But yeah, so yeah, definitely a fan of Jaco. Jaco.
Let's see. Oh, here we go. Jay Franz, I just used tire protection today. Okay, that's funny. Yeah. Are you in L.A., Jay Franzi?
Jay Franz Ferdinand.
That's what I thought. It was hard not to say Franz Ferdinand. Of course, I guess music.
It's like Ruth's Chris Steakhouse. It's Franz Ferdinand.
That's right. That's right. And how many Ben Folds are there?
I think there's 6 or 4.
6 or 4.
4 to 6.
Yeah, I can't remember.
4 to 6. Yeah.
I have a question for Reggie. Something I've always wondered. Oh wait, we did that one. Oh shit, sorry, man. All right.
I was like, Jesus.
Zack Klapman, great job on the TST Polaris review. Oh, that's somebody talking to Zach. Hilarious. Okay.
Oh, nice.
Hi, Reggie, Jay, and Nicole from Tony Roger Fishman. He is the CEO and owner of Telefunken, of all the Telefunken microphones.
Oh, nice. Sick. Fishman.
He came out here.
Sehr gut.
He came
Fantastisch.
out a couple weeks ago and did the show, and then he came out to Breakfast Club after.
Oh, sick. I love it. I love people that are real.
We are the only the non-musical sponsorship.
Oh, yeah,
Ryan
that's
Simpson
right.
says, hi.
Oh, another Ryan.
Michael Mann, I totally agree with Reggie on billionaires. There is so much good that could and should be done and just isn't.
Yep. 100%.
Amen, Michael Mann. Ryan Simpson, you guys are the shiz. Okay, fantastic. Thank you.
Jessica
Knit.
Simpson.
Thank you, Shiznit. I love the vagueness of that laughter. Oh, right, because I was reading his thing. Does Reggie enjoy Driven Daily for ideas still?
Oh, like Driving Daily? Enjoy Driven Daily for ideas. Driven Daily, is it a show, or they're saying, do I enjoy driving daily?
You are enough?
For ideas.
Not sure.
Not sure.
As some interest, if you were to go university to study a subject, what would it be? Great question. If Reggie went to school.
If I were to clap back, I would say...
Oh!
God, I don't know what I would study. I guess I would study... I'd probably study... I don't know. Maybe history. Oh, well.
So close.
I tried.
We were looking for social studies.
Oh, social studies. God damn it. What an asshole. I am.
Feel free to tell me to shut up. Hilarious.
Oh, no.
No, Zach, you're keeping the
keep
No,
going.
East Coast. No, okay.
Oh, Franzi.
I live right near Telefunken, I think. Oh, hilarious. Are you a Connecticut guy?
Franzi Ferdinand.
What is coming up with you? You've got shows, you're pitching. Your book is coming out when? When is it officially out?
October 17th.
Okay.
And
Entitled?
it's called Great Falls, Montana. I think the subtitle is it's like Post-Punk Weirdos and a Tale of Coming Home.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Something like that. But yeah, Great Falls, Montana is the name of the book, October 17th. It's available for pre-order now on Amazon, maybe. It's if you go to Instagram, if you go to my Instagram page, which is at Reggie Watts, in my bio, there's the link to the pre-order page for the book. Yeah, we'll see. It's almost fully physically done. We just have blurbs and then get a copy that shows how all the photographs are in it. There's a lot of photographs, which is really great.
How did you decide that this was going to be your first book, this foray into authorship?
I mean, my reps were always talking about me doing a book, and tried coming up with all kinds of different ideas for books and so forth, and nothing really took. And then I don't know, just at a certain point, I felt like I wanted to create a show based off of my high school years, like most people do. But I feel like my high school years are pretty unique, and it'd be a cool TV show. Mm-hmm. And so they said, well, writing a book is a great way to kind of help with a screenplay, or at least, for teleplay for a series.
People can't see it.
Yeah.
But that'll help them see it.
That'll help them see it, yeah. And so I was like, oh, great.
So
and
it's a vehicle to something. Oh,
yeah.
I like that. I
Yeah.
like that.
And then and then I found this guy, Chris Farah, who's a friend of my manager, and he's an amazing ghostwriter. And so I started working with him, and it was great. It was a really fun process.
I want to wrap it up, and I want to fucking let you out of here, but I'm curious because she's been trying to write a book for the world. How has that ghostwriting process been for you? Do you just sit down and data dump? Mm-hmm. Really?
Yeah, I mean, you can do it any way you want, but
I mean, I'm curious about your process as she's been going through it.
For me, I it was almost like a therapy session in a way. Like, he sits across and he's asking questions about, well, in the beginning you talk about like what your goal is and what you want to achieve and so forth. And then when you start working on it, it's really just them asking good questions and you telling your story.
That's
and your experience.
the hardest part. No one asks good questions.
Yeah.
So that's awesome.
Well, they probably don't know what questions to ask, I'm guessing, right? Because they don't
Yeah.
have your specific
No.
background.
Yeah, and that's why I chose Chris to work with, because it's nice to choose someone who kind of gets where you're coming from, because Chris grew up in I believe Michigan. He's from Michigan. Yeah. So Midwest, and Montana's kind of got even though it's a western state, it's got kind of a Midwest feel to it. Mm-hmm. And then he's half Lebanese and half European, and I'm half and half, and he's close in my age, so all the references I throw out there, he knows what I was talking about. And
did you think about that ahead of time? Because that's really important. And
Yeah.
I wouldn't have.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I was like, no, this guy's cool. He's worked on a wide variety of books and very successful
It's a weird
books.
texture thing of makeup of people.
Yeah,
I get it.
yeah. It's a weird job because it's something it's very niche and only not that many people get it, like where they want to make a career of it, as opposed to like, I'll do this for a while, but really I want to do this.
Yeah.
When someone's like, oh, I'm really good at ghostwriting, that's what I do, and I'm really, really good at it, then that's the person that you want.
Yeah.
And they're not trying to be something else. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
They know, it's like an AD who doesn't want to be a director.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, totally. I know. Yeah, I know. It's true.
That's the AD I want.
It's true.
All right. So pre-order the book.
Yeah.
Great Falls, Montana. Is that what you said?
Great Falls, Montana.
Amazon, or the link in your bio. Reggie
The
Watts.
link in the bio. Yeah,
that's the
and
easiest
on
thing.
IG. Yeah.
Your music is always available.
It's always available.
Spotify.
I have more stuff coming out. Wahada's releasing more new tracks. That's my electronic music project, and then I have a Walker and Royce track that's coming out soon, and I'll be working with
A lot of
some people.
collabs.
Yeah,
Collabs.
yeah, some collabs. I might do something with Fred again. Want to do something with Skrillex. Yeah, there's I'm doing a comedy special most likely in the fall with Jack White with Third Man Records.
Killer.
They'll be recording it. And then
Jack White will be producing it,
yeah,
performing.
like a producer. He'll
Killer.
be like executive producer.
Killer.
Yeah, it'd be great. And yeah, and work with some producers that I wanted to work with for a while. There's a guy who just produced my current favorite band called Wednesday. They have an album that just came out called Rat Saw God, and they're from Asheville, and they're just amazing. They're kind of classified as shoegaze, slowcore, but there's a lot of influences from the Pixies, early grunge, Veruca Salt, Metric, but definitely their own thing, but in the great tradition of great Southern bands like REM or the B-52s,
Damn.
those types of bands. But I think they're massive, and they're at this point where they're about to get mega huge, and I'm glad I made friends with them just before
Right
that
before.
happened.
Yeah, that's
They're
the
still
best.
tearing down their own gear, and they're still traveling in a van, but that's definitely not going to happen because this record is doing incredibly well.
That's awesome.
So that's going to change.
The drummer
But-
doesn't have to roll out his own carpet anymore and all that crap.
yeah, but they're very DIY. They're cool. They're very comfortable with it, but they're very down home, anyways. But the producer produced that, his name's Alex Farrar, and he's a genius and just great at what he does. And so
Look for that one soon.
I'm going to
too.
be doing some stuff with him maybe.
Oh, more stuff. Oh,
Yeah.
You're so busy, dude.
Yeah.
A week off is going to be a fucking gift if you can get it.
I know. I'm gonna go for it.
All right, before we lose Mike up in Canada, who's about to go record with Morty, a longtime Letterman producer. Mike, do you have anything for Reggie here before I let you both go?
Absolutely. I've got a couple questions for you, Reggie. To go back to Late Show for a second, there's kind of this thing when a lot of these late night shows crescendo towards their end, and there's a lot of sentimentality that happens, special moments, things like that. The lead up to Late Show, was it that way for you at all? Were there any really special moments the last few weeks that hit you? Were you present? Were you just excited to get it done because you're ready to move on to all these other projects that you have? I'm just curious what the last couple of weeks were like for you.
I'm glad I brought him. That's a good question.
Yeah, no, it's a great question. I was really looking forward to it being over.
Yeah.
I was kind of done with it. I was highly anticipating the just not getting past the emotional part ending, of the show, and just being where I'm at now. But as time came up, I was definitely, I don't know, I was like more annoyed than usual. But then like the last week, I was just counting it down, and then I think it was the second to last day we had a hangout after that show where people hung out and James gave a speech about how he felt about everybody, and then left the mic open, and I decided to say something, and it was like very emotional. It was hard for me to talk, but I just told everybody I appreciated how hard they worked, and how even though I was rolling in all casual, like I recognized the work that they put into the show. And so, and that was great to say that, and people were very appreciative of that. Also, I knew that the next night I was going to Boston on a red eye, so I was going to miss
Right after the last show?
Yeah.
Wow.
I was going to miss the rap party, which part of me was like, oh, that would have been cool to go to, but also I know it was going to be 0 to drunk in 30 minutes and then a lot of crying. And as a sensitive person, that would have been a lot of information. My firewalls would have been so crazy. Overdrive.
I think you played it just right, my man. I would have done exactly what you did.
It felt good. I mean, I got to hang out. I mean, we hung out in my dressing room. I have a really tiny dressing room.
It was nice. I remember.
Yeah. So you saw it. It was really small, but like
a little mirror thing.
Everybody ended up hanging out in my room. So I was just hanging out on the couch, and people would come in, and I have a prescription for ketamine, and so like people that I would never expect, they're like, "Hey, I heard you have ketamine," and be like, "Oh yeah, sure, I'll give you some of this lozenge," and just doing that, and then James walks in, and James is like sits like crashes on the couch, and he's like talking to us, and it's like everybody came through. Yeah. I was like, he didn't do the ketamine, but he probably would though. He probably would. But anyways,
what does ketamine do for you, by the way? Does it take you down? What is that? What is it?
Ketamine? It's a dissociative, so it kind of allows you to zoom out away from yourself in a way that you can kind of observe your thoughts and observe yourself.
Kill the ego a little bit?
I mean, at higher doses, yeah, for sure. It's kind of a pragmatic diagnostic zone that you're in. So you're kind of like, what's that thing I'm stressed out about? Oh, that's what it is? Oh, interesting. Oh, so it's because of that. Oh, well, I guess I just shouldn't do that. Yeah. Maybe that won't affect me as much.
And then when you come out, no big deal.
You can keep that information when you come out of it, which is great. I enjoy it some people like it as a party thing. I think it's wild. It's just a very wild high.
That sounds like something I'd rather do on my own. Like that sounds like maybe a personal journey.
It's like lay down in your bed, like take a dose, lay down in your bed, listen to really amazing ambient music. It's incredible. And it's very efficient. 40 minutes.
Really?
Yeah. It's the most efficient psychedelic you can take. It's just like on, off.
Whoa.
That's great.
It's great. And it's like, but it's better. It's more than DMT. Like DMT is like 10 minutes of a high that you get.
10 or 15 minutes.
Which is kind of similar to ketamine a little bit.
Is DMT the same as MDMA or that different?
No. MDMA is like ecstasy. Well, there's Molly, and then there's what's the
DMT is the god. That's the one that brings you back to the matrix.
Yeah, it's always in our bodies. It's on our food, like vegetables. So like DMT is present everywhere. But when you overdose on DMT, it causes the body to not be able to uptake or to prohibit uptake, and then it just floods the brain, and you get this crazy psychedelic experience.
Wow.
But it's short.
Interdimensionality, man.
Yes, 100%. Oh yeah, people report seeing exactly the same thing when they take it.
Really?
Oh yeah. It's crazy. It's like an alien insect intelligence or a female figure dancing in fire.
Oh, well, there's the different places we could come from, right?
Yeah.
Because one's Venus.
There you go.
Dancing in the fire. And then the other one is the bug planet from, the one with the Neil Patrick Harris.
Oh,
They're afraid.
Oh, yeah. From
Starship Troopers.
Starship Troopers, yeah. No, it's
Which was a better movie than I thought it was when I saw it in the 90s because I didn't see through all of the stuff they were.
It's so good.
So good.
So good. It totally holds up. But yeah, DMT. But yeah, it was just great. People came in, hung out. It was fucking great. And then I had to go catch the plane with my friend Alistair, and so we were like, "Well, see you guys later." So yeah, but yeah, it was good. Thanks for the question. That was a really good question.
Can I do one more?
Yeah.
All right. This isn't late show related at all. It's related to a question earlier too. Have you ever thought about doing some sort of project with animation? Maybe not with the show you're pitching now about high school, but I don't know. I just always have seen you as kind of a cartoon character come to life. Have you ever thought about being part of an animation project of any sort?
It's another good question that goes along with that. What type of art?
Yeah. I mean, I have thought about it. I don't know what that would be, but I definitely have thought about it. I've done lots of voices for animated shows. I enjoy doing voice work, but I mean, I've talked to animator friends, and I've talked about kind of doing. I forget what. There's someone has an animated show out right now. It's Duncan Trussell's show. I forget the name of that. It's I'll remember it. But it's a super psychedelic show, so it's about psychedelics, and it's conversational. So it's just improvisational conversations that are then made into animations. And so I would probably do something along those lines. I would do improvs with people because I don't like writing. It's just it takes too much time, and so I'd rather just improvise dialogue and get to know, like have regular improvisers, and we just have a chemistry together, and we can create scenes that are interesting, and then have people animate those. That would be great because.
That sounds very interesting to me. That sounds like, again, something I would watch.
Yeah, I would love to do that.
Do you know
That-
Mike Rosenstein?
Yeah, I work with him.
Oh.
Yeah.
Never mind.
He's great.
I was going to say, it seems like you guys maybe could work together and put
Yeah,
something together.
well,
Your brains would click for sure.
Yeah, we're gonna work on something. They're coming out with Good Trip, Bad Trip Studios, or Good Trip Studios.
Yeah.
No, why would they call it Bad Trip Studios?
Because there's the
No,
Eric
the
Andre
movie.
had the movie.
Yeah, the movie, and they're making the next one, and I'm in that movie. But
Oh, well,
Yeah.
then that's why.
yeah, but so Good Trip Studios. So I think we'll talk about we want to do stuff together.
I'm excited to see what they're going to do with that. I'm watching from afar.
Yeah, I think it's ripe. It's ripe for something really amazing because everything's kind of, it's heading in that way where psychedelics are more open and being openly talked about and things like that. So I think it's good timing.
Well, he's also wicked funny too. I just mean from a comedic writing standpoint, he's a very funny dude.
100%. Yeah. I mean,
Why was he always? Was he a writer on any of the shows that we worked on? He was at every single thing we ever worked on with the Children's Hospital crew, the Adult Swim crew.
I know. I don't know why.
Okay. He was so funny. He was so talented. I never knew what role he played other than he's a writer producer guy.
And he's like really kind. He's really fun to hang out with. He's just like got a really chill energy. I love that. It's great. And we've done some events recently, like South by Southwest with Eric Andre, kind of cross promoting his Eric Andre's show, new season coming out, and then also promoting Good Trip, the original film, but also promoting the second film that they're starting to work on now.
Killer.
So, and we're going to go to a MAPS event together. So it'll be me, Eric, and him. Flaming Lips are playing a show.
Jesus.
So I'm going to do 30. Eric's going to do 30, and then the Flaming Lips. So it's going to be a great time at MAPS. And MAPS is for, it's a psychedelic conference.
You are. I can't believe how many things you have on your schedule.
It
You've got
is
a
a
great
lot.
team behind you because if all you have to do is show it up at these things, fine. But if you have to do all the work behind the scenes,
No way.
I would blow my brains out.
I'd fall apart. No, I'm really lucky. I have an amazing team. Gladly pay them the amount of money I'm paying them.
Follow Reggie Watts at Reggie Watts on Instagram, YouTube. Everything's at Reggie Watts, right?
Yeah, everything's at Blue Sky at Reggie Watts.
What's Blue Sky?
It's the new Twitter.
For real?
Yeah, Jack Dorsey's new platform. Looks like Twitter.
Everything.
Yeah, you better get your handle. Grab your handle. Get a handle on that
Do
handle.
they verify or do you have to pay for verification?
No, fuck that.
Okay.
That's some bullshit. I don't know what the hell's going on. Anyways, doesn't matter. Another time.
For another day.
Yeah.
Mike, you good up there in Canada?
I'm all good. Thanks,
Awesome.
Reggie. Appreciate everything that you've done, man.
Thank
Mike,
you.
who do you have on the Letterman podcast tomorrow? Oh, sorry, on Friday.
Tomorrow?
I mean, excuse me,
well, we
Friday.
Friday we have Jonathan Green.
Okay, awesome.
He's the co-showrunner of Superstore and wrote for Dave for 3 years.
Oh, he ran Superstore? No shit. That was right across the
Part
street
of it,
from us.
him and
I never
Justin
ever saw
and-
that
yeah.
show at all, but they built the Superstore on the Universal lot literally right across the street
Oh,
over
wow.
in Barham there. And then they tore it down and built a bunch of sound stages, so nobody knows what I'm talking about now. Anyway, thanks for being here, everybody. Thanks for watching. Reggie Watts, the Letterman podcast, New Life of Old Nicole, Porsche Life 111. Tomorrow is exciting. We didn't talk about you at all tonight, but tomorrow you are getting your first injection.
Infusion.
Oh,
Infusion.
For what?
For her MS.
But what is it?
Tysabri.
What's the treatment?
Tysabri.
Oh, is this
the
new?
name of the medication.
Oh, this is a new
And
technique?
it's an infusion medication that is in the group of MS suggested, but it's one that you can't have ever had some kind of virus, and I thankfully somehow didn't.
So they had to check her
Oh
through
my
all these
God,
tests to make
no
sure
way.
she didn't have a history of whatever this virus is, but then she didn't, so they approved the thing.
Sick.
Pretty cool.
Oh, wow. Congratulations. So what does it do exactly?
I'm not
Delays?
sure yet.
Okay.
I think it'll do different things, but I think energy is the main focus
Oof.
right now. Because anything to make anything move takes energy, and I'm shaking now, and so stopping that takes energy to do.
Wow.
too.
Yes.
So I think that's amazing.
Wow. Congratulations.
Thanks.
That's awesome.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Every little bit, right? Who
Yeah.
knows?
Oh,
Who wants
man.
every single thing.
Yeah, I'm all for it.
I mean, when I hear infusion, I think of things like stem cells, and it's not that. This is a medication. It's some sort of pharmaceutical. But like, if it's going to rewire her system somehow, that would be like really great. 'Cause she needs that.
As far as I know, it works similarly to how you describe ketamine.
Oh, okay.
And this infusion makes sure that every blood cell gets tainted by it. So it's all susceptible to like calm the fuck down and rewire
Nice.
what you need to do.
Nice.
And that's literally what an MS sufferer needs to do. Stop
And-
the cells from.
They don't
Yeah, the
always
electrical
say
short
that.
circuits.
That's not the sales tool, but is how I think of it.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So important.
The
Yeah,
place where we're
100%.
going is actually an oncology place. Is it a cancer treatment ever?
Both, yeah.
It is. Okay.
Sick.
Makes sense.
Man, this is good. I can't wait to hear how it works.
She's trying shit.
I'm glad. You got to.
Okay, so that's it. I love you. We love you, mister. Thanks for making time for us.
Hail Lilith.
Come back before your book is out. When you're busy on your real tour.
Yeah,
Sorry about it.
100%.
Although, yeah, there's lots of other things happening. This could be a big show by then. Who knows?
Oh, we'll see.
I love you. Mike, we love you up in Canada. Oh, you're already gone. All right.
Yeah.
We love everybody at home. Please love one another, and we'll see you out there.